Hi, Gemini. So we're moving into that first week of September 2022, and that will extend from the 1st through to the 9th. Now, in the first couple of days of that first week, it does talk about you getting a communication, either an email, a phone call, a text message, okay? And it would be from an air sign individual, perhaps a child, or someone who's kind of immature or childish. And this person is kind of like, they're kind of like torn between being your best friend and not liking you, okay? They love you and they hate you. It's that type of relationship. And we've had many of those in our lifetime. But this person is basically kind of contesting something that you've done. They're questioning it. They want to know more details. They want to know perhaps a course of study that you're taking, or they want to know how you're doing in school, or they want to know what exactly you're getting involved in, okay? They want the particulars of your life in general. They're nosy. They're trying to find out information, perhaps for someone who has put them up to it, okay? But indeed, it's a child that's kind of acting like a spy. And this is what's coming up. It seems like they're asking you a lot of questions over and over and over again. You're getting tired of it. You don't want to answer. You don't want to give this information. You don't want to talk. You want to pull away from this conversation. But this child, okay, is very chargeable and very staticky. So indeed, Gemini, if you don't give them the answers they seek, they're going to keep asking and asking and asking. Again, I can kind of see you throwing up your hands and saying, okay, I'll tell you, right? So it's that type of energy. Now, this is a child who's exactly testing their limits. They want to see what they can get away with, and they want to see how much info they can find out. Now, it's someone who is basically questioning you, but they're questioning a situation, and they're quick to spot any type of unfairness, okay? So they might be saying to you, well, you shouldn't have done that. That wasn't right, okay? So they're questioning you, but there's also some type of info, maybe even legalities that are coming up, scientific information, political information, disturbing messages, maybe even messages that are coming from if you're in school, maybe, or if you're a parent of a child who is an air sign. Perhaps they have gotten a bad school report, and so you're having to deal with that. And it does talk about messages that may be critical or disturbing, okay? And it could come from a teacher, a parent, a teacher. I said that. A teacher, a parent, an employer, okay? But indeed, they're trying to find out information. They want to know why, and you're not completely prepared to give them the answer. And what it's talking about is you're walking away from that situation. You're walking away from a relationship in your life that is perhaps based on, someone being nosy or someone being very insensitive, and you're tired of it. You're tired of it, and you're walking away. It does talk about possibly, Gemini, you wanting to go on vacation or going on vacation, but even that, it's like you were all excited about going on vacation or maybe going camping, and all of a sudden now it's like you just couldn't be bothered. You don't care. You don't care one way or the other. You'd be perfectly fine to stay at home and watch movies and eat popcorn. It happens though when you get excited about something and it doesn't take place for a long, long time. Eventually, you lose that sense of excitement, okay? But hold tight. Hold tight, Gemini, because this is September. And, those energies are moving. They're constantly changing. So positive things are coming into being in your life. And it looks like they're not going to be that far off. So hold on. You can lose interest and you can, stay home, watch TV, popcorn, okay? But be careful of weight gain. And also be careful of keeping your health on taps, okay? But certainly somebody is definitely trying to find out information and maybe, kind of spread it to the wrong sources. Now, it does talk about tensions in a home environment or a home situation. Maybe you've gone to visit someone, okay? Maybe you're staying for vacation at extended family's place, and it's not as pleasurable as you thought it would be. There's a lot of tensions, okay? It's like everybody's kind of on the verge of arguing. It's like there's going to be this big explosion. Everybody's going to blame everybody, especially if you're in a situation where it is a blended family or a broken family, okay? Maybe your parents are separated or divorced or whatever, and so you're going to visit in-laws, or you're going to visit one parent who's in a new relationship, and maybe that new relationship is kind of, hard on the scenario, if you get my drift. So it does talk about the fact that there is tensions, a lot of tensions in a second household, because people aren't used to certain dynamics in relationships that come from the past. Okay, so indeed these are energies that you have to deal with in that first week. Now, it does talk about you wanting to be alone. You just want no part of it. You don't even want to go. You basically, you're being invited to go maybe on vacation or to the cottage, and you're kind of like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go because everybody's just going to sit around, stare at each other, or they're going to be ignorant to each other, and I don't want to be part of it. So it does talk about you having a very abrupt change in your life, okay? And caused by someone who's very assertive, aggressive, even over the top aggressive, okay? Now, it could talk about you going through a period of time where there's power struggles in your relationship and it's affecting you negatively. So you just don't want no part of it. But it also talks about competition. So possibly maybe you applied for a job, or maybe you applied for a course of study, and maybe there's someone in your circle of energy who's competing with you, who's jealous of you, who is like, if you get good grades on a test, they're going to turn it around somehow. They're going to turn it around so they can get accolades. If you clean up your room, they're going to say they did it. There's an element of competition, an element of aggression. There's an element of like conflict and there's even inclusion and exclusion where, groups of friends maybe bind with each other or hang with each other and go against another friend. So that might be taking place in the month of September for you. So indeed, be aware of these energies. And as I said, if these energies are in flux in the month of September, it does talk about you pulling away from them and focusing on yourself, your mental health, and your spiritual health. And let the cards fall where they may. So let's move into that second week, because the first week was a little rough. So we'll see what happens in that second week. Namaste.